If you were holding your breath today waiting for the Eagles to make a move before the trade deadline, you passed out, now you're in a coma. Because nothing happened. What is up, guys? My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. As always, hit that subscribe button if you like talking Philly sports every day, because that's what I do. Listen. The Eagles did nothing today. No trades. The internet was going crazy. Twitter was going crazy. Facebook was going crazy. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. There's rumors that this player is going to cost this pick, and we should definitely do it. There's rumors that this player is going to cost this, and we should pull the trigger. Howie, pull the trigger. Nothing happened. Nothing. And what does that tell me? It tells me one thing. That tells me that the front office has no faith in this football team moving forward. Clearly. If the front office thought, we're right there. We're right there on the fringe. We're right here. We need one or two players to put us over the top, and we can win another Super Bowl with this team. We can win another Super Bowl with the 2017 team that rallied behind Nick Foles and won the Super Bowl. We can keep that same core of guys now 2 years later, and we can win another one. Clearly, they don't think that. If they would have thought that, they definitely would have added a wide receiver today. They definitely would have added a defensive back today. They would have done something. But clearly, the front office does not think that this team right now is worth giving up future draft picks to add one or two players. Because what happens when you give up draft picks to add one or two players and you fail? Then you still didn't win a Super Bowl, and now you don't have any draft picks. So it's a fine line, you know. You got to find, are we good? Or are we just not good enough to mortgage the future? You know what I'm saying? Clearly, the front office doesn't think we're good enough to mortgage the future, and I don't disagree with them. I'm sure Howie sat back and said, there is too many holes in this team for us to give up draft picks to add one wide receiver or give up draft picks to add one defensive back. Like I said in a past video, we are the oldest team in the NFL by average, 27 years old on average. That's not good, and that's not going to get any better because people don't get younger, they get older. So if we're too old right now, we're going to be too old next year. And if we're giving up draft picks to add contracts and we're still not good, and then we have less draft picks, we can't get younger. You can only get younger with draft picks. The other side of that, obviously, is that Howie Roseman doesn't have the greatest track record of using draft picks to get good young players. And I see that side too. I can't disagree with that either. But, what's the guy supposed to do at this point, you know? Our offensive line has to get younger. Our wide receivers have to get younger and better somehow. A lot of things need to happen this offseason, but this team is just mediocre. They're a 500 team. We can beat the Jets and the Bills and we'll probably beat the Bears, but we're not going to beat the Patriots or the Seahawks or the Vikings or we're just middle of the road. And you don't give up future draft picks when you're just middle of the road. Now all we can do is hope that we use these draft picks on players that turn out to be good. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. Players like Nelson Aguilar, players like Sidney Jones and Ronald Darby. I mean, these were Ronald Darby was a trade, but Sidney Jones was a high second. We thought we got a steal, and the guy's god-awful. He's terrible. So we're in the middle of the road. We couldn't mortgage the future to add one or two players, especially someone like Robby Anderson. We're not talking about Odell Beckham Jr. or Julio Jones or DeAndre Hopkins or something. We're talking about Robby Anderson. And a rumor is that they wanted a second-round pick for him. I mean, you're just not going to do that. You're just not going to give up a second-round pick for Robby Anderson, who might not make your team any better at all, and now you're down a second-round pick. So Howie was in a tough spot. He decided to sit tight. Lucky for Howie, I'm sure he doesn't read Facebook and Twitter all day like I do, so he didn't have to see all the stuff. But, it's just everybody's upset. And I'm sorry, guys. Robby Anderson wasn't going to save our season. One cornerback was not going to save our season. We need a lot of changes. And it's going to start from the top down. It's not going to be Doug Peterson. Obviously, if Mike Groh is still our offensive coordinator next year, we're going to riot down and burn buildings down because that just can't happen. This guy's atrocious. But yeah, there's a lot of things that need to change, and we just couldn't mortgage future draft picks for Robby Anderson. It's just you just can't do that. We did make a trade yesterday for Jannard Avery, linebacker and defensive end from Cleveland. He came cheap, so it's not like he gave up a second-round pick. We gave up it doesn't even say what the undisclosed draft pick we gave up for him. So, that is what it is. The guy has some nice highlights. I watched his highlight reel. His rookie year with the Browns, he played in 5 games, and he had 5 sacks, 39 tackles, and 4.5 sacks in 5 games as a rookie. And then he never got back on the field. And he was a healthy scratch most games that he played for the Browns. And, that's a little skeptical. Again, you didn't give up much for him, but at the same time, what's wrong with this guy? Why is he a healthy scratch after he had almost a sack a game as a rookie? Did the guy bang the coach's wife or something? What happened that they're not playing the guy? If you can't get on the field for the Browns, there's got to be something going on there. So everyone's, this guy's going to be great, this guy's going to be great, and he looks good talent-wise, but do we know about his personality at all? Because how can you not get on the field with the Browns? But anything will help this defense, Our linebacking core has got to be one of the worst in the league. So I don't know if he's going to play linebacker for us or rotate in defensive end or anything like that. But at least we added a defender. But yeah, man, it is what it is. We're going to have to go into this offseason and make a whole bunch of moves and hope that something happens. Obviously, Nelson Aguilar will not be here next year. Who knows about Deshaun Jackson if he can play more than 2 games a season. We're old, man. Things got to change. It is what it is. That's my take on us not making a trade today. We got the Bears this Sunday. I think we'll beat the Bears because I think we'll beat up Mitch Trubisky just like we beat up Josh Allen, just like we beat up Luke Falk. We still play good up-front defense when we have to against mediocre teams. I know the Bills were 5-1, I know, but they're the Buffalo Bills. But then we got the Patriots and the Seahawks, and that's pretty much it. Russell Wilson's going to throw the ball behind his back blindfolded and throw 4 touchdowns against this secondary. That's just the way it is. I know I'm being negative, I know, but I'm being realistic here. I hear people saying, well, we're going to get LeBlanc back, we're going to get Maddox back, we're going to get Deshaun Jackson back, and we're going to be formidable. Is that going to make us good? Because if Howie Roseman thought that when those guys back were going to be good, then he would have made some moves today. So I'm just saying, him not making any moves today makes me think that the front office doesn't believe in this team this year, and we're just going to have to go into the offseason and try to turn it all around and try to fix it. That's all I can think of. You guys let me know what you think in the comments. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you love talking Philly sports every day, because that's what I do. Peace.